Really, Steven? Is this all you have? Welcome to the Human Cooking Show. I'm Tyler Hallman.
And I'm Stephen Hume.
And together, we're Human.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Did you record it?
So for today's meal, we'll be cooking a chicken herb salad. Oh, frick, we're not doing chicken. What is it? So for today's meal, we'll be preparing a lovely tossed salad with herbs and eggs. All right. And then our second meal, the main dish, will be a pork tenderloin steak with wilted cabbages and apples. And then to round things off for dessert, we'll be having a sliced cantaloupe. Yes.
So my associate, Stephen Hume, will tell you what's going to be in this beautiful little salad. Take it away.
Alright, so in this salad today, we're going to have some 1 part lemon juice and 3 part olive oil dressing that we'll whip up together. Alright, some salt and pepper, just for a little bit of extra flavor. Alright, and we're going to toss it with dill, basil, chives, lettuce, and alright, and we're going to mix in some sliced boiled eggs, hard-boiled eggs.
Hard-boiled eggs.
The lettuce and other vegetables present in the salad act as a great source of insoluble fibers to help keep your digestive tract healthy. Large amounts of antioxidants also present in the dish help to control the level of free radical cells in the body. Eggs act as a great source of high-quality protein, which allows the body to have increased production of enzymes, hormones, and other chemicals. Protein is also used for the construction and reparation of different tissues all over the body.
So, very elegantly, take your lettuce,
Ball in.
and dump that in.
Very nice.
Chives, please. Fresh chives from the garden. So, folks, as you're watching, you're going to notice that I'm very skilled with a blade. And I'm not going to cut myself. And you should neither. So, what we're going to do is we're going to just cut these up as best as we can with the speed of a cheetah. And got a nice pile of chives there for you. Alright, so while we've been preparing this, we have been hard-boiling some eggs for 16 minutes over on the stove. My compatriot Stephen, the fearless leader, president of the senior class, will take the eggs and he will go and strain them into the sink, and then we will run them under some cold water, peel the shells, and cut them up and add them to the salad. So while those eggs are cooling, Stephen will show you his skills with olive oil. This is for the dressing, so we're going to do 3 parts olive oil. That was very good, Stephen.
Thank you. It's really scary.
That's 2. And then we'll do 1 more tablespoon of olive oil. There we go. Alright. Followed by 1 part of lemon juice. That's the dressing. Now we're back to the hard-boiled eggs. To deshell these, you just...
Do you have any goggles?
To deshell these, you're just gonna be creative with it, You just crack it, roll it a little. Do a little something, something. The shell should come right off. If not, that's alright. This one's gonna use it. This one's gonna struggle. Oh no. Alright, and then run these under water just to make sure all the shell is off. Now that these are all clean, time to cut. Now we'll do the same thing. Alrighty. Now it's time to add these bad boys into the salad, like so.
So at this point, we're just going to add some salt and pepper, but we're not going to add the dressing, or we're not going to mix it all up just yet, because we're going to wait until we're ready to eat. All right? So,
All right. A little salt and pepper.
just a tad, just a smidge.
This goes out to my man Salt Bay.
All right. That's it for the salad. Great job.
All right, now it's time for the meat. So, right here we have a pork tenderloin, and what we're going to do with it is we're going to cut it into some rounds or medallions, and then we will sear those in a pan, each separately.
The main health benefit of pork is found from the large amount of complete protein. This protein is important in the structure and maintenance of cells, and also helps with muscle contraction. Pork also has a substantial amount of B vitamins. These vitamins are important in helping to metabolize food and energy, create red blood cells, and also produce neurotransmitters. Cabbage is considered part of the cruciferous vegetable family. Vegetables in this family, such as broccoli or kale, are considered to be very rich in a wide variety of beneficial nutrients. On a broad scale, the consumption of vegetables decreases the risk of heart disease, diabetes, and obesity. Rice is also low in sodium, which helps to reduce the risk of hypertension. Along with that, rice has high natural levels of antioxidants such as vitamin A and vitamin C that help to reduce the effects of free radical cancer cells.
All right, and 1 year later, I got all the pork tenderloin cut up into some nice medallions there. Reminded me of my day in the fetal pig dissection business. So, you know, I'm not new to this. So we'll sprinkle some thyme over top of all the slices. And we'll add a little salt and pepper as well.
Alright, so now that the pork is all cut up, we've started heating up our skillet with the oil. There we go. And now place the pork medallions that you cut up. You want to cook for about 7 minutes on each side until nicely browned. So now that the 7 minutes is up on the pork, we're going to go ahead and flip it up, alright? So you'll know you're doing things right if the one side that was just cooking is a little bit brown, alright?
Alrighty. In the meantime, we'll get started on the apple.
Okay.
Tag or no tag?
Tag, man.
Alright, so right here, I'll give Steven the apple core. Basically what you do is you just use your weight, and what you're going to do, Steven... Alright.
Perfect.
Actually, it wasn't bad.
So now my associate will cut the apples up into smaller pieces. You've done plenty of work there,
So
my boy.
put them on top of...
So at this point, we're going to put the apples on top of the cabbage, the ones we've sliced up. And we're going to save those for a little bit later. I'll show you what's going on next.
Alright, so the 7 minutes was up. So now we are going to check one of the pork pieces to see if it's too pink on the inside, because if it is, you can get trichinosis, which is really bad for you. So we're just going to use a different knife. We're going to cut through the pork. And you can see that it's a nice, there's not really much pink there, so you know that it's good to eat. Well, next, we should probably try this, shouldn't we?
Ooh, that's a great idea. I'm down.
Take this little bit.
Take a little slice to make sure there's nothing wrong with it, of
Slice
course.
that. I'll take the bigger piece, of course. And use the knife. Be very careful if you do this, but I'm a trained professional.
Okay?
Yeah.
A little dry.
We're going to braise the cabbage and apples in the previous used oil from the meat to give it a little more flavor and moisture. And then we will add our own little concoction that we will make a little later. So we will be using some low sodium chicken broth to add to the cabbage and apples, which we will also be putting some salt and pepper and a few other things in there as well. So cut me. I'll save that for later. Cut me. And this has got to be exact because this could make it or break it for the dish. I'm gonna eat this oatmeal cream pie.
I'm not even lying.
Oh, time to pour the chicken broth. Things are looking good. All right. Dude, I think it's funny how this is supposed to be like a healthy show and we just ate oatmeal cream pie.
So, Tyler, can you explain what you're doing for...
Yeah, so we have the rice here. It's been sitting here for a while, so it might be a little dry. So what we're going to do to add a little flavor, add a little moisture, is we're going to add some of the low-sodium chicken broth. We're going to mix it up and then let the rice absorb some of that moisture and flavor.
In the meantime, the cabbage and apples have finished wilting. And, in fact, I'm going to turn it off right now. There we are. So those are ready to be served. And at this point, we're going to toss the salad, and then our main dish is ready. After we assemble everything, of course. So, Tyler, you may toss this salad.
Alright, so we're going to stir this bad boy up.
Sprinkle that dressing on there from earlier. Nice oil dressing. With a little bit of lemon juice. And then gently put everything together.
It's good salad right there. Alright, so we're going to get some of this stuff out of the way because it's about that time to start preparing the plates. So, we got to try to figure out where all this stuff goes. So...
Alright. Alright. Would you like to serve us up, Tyler?
I would love to.
Okay. So we're preparing 4 dishes for the meals. Alright. Nicely done.
Alrighty.
We'll now prepare the main dish. Alright, so again, that includes the pork, the wilted cabbage and apples, and also our rice. So the dessert for today's meal is cantaloupe. Father?
Excuse me.
So the dessert for today's meal is cantaloupe. Father?
Cantaloupe. I love cantaloupe. You know, cantaloupe's a great source of not only vitamins, but antioxidants, specifically zeaxanthin.
That's right, Father. And zeaxanthin is very important in helping the eyes to filter out harmful blue light rays and also helps to ward off damage of macular degeneration.
Plus, cantaloupe, besides being a tasty fruit in itself, it has good vitamins, fiber, vitamin C, and potassium that also is great to ward off asthma.
That is correct, Father. All right, that's all the time we have for today, so thank you. Appreciate it.
Great being here.
All right, so we're going to prepare some juicy cantaloupe for dessert, but instead of taking the traditional inside the kitchen slicing it up approach, we're going to ripen it up with a little bit of a toss game going back and forth, and eventually we might have cantaloupe puree prepared for us. I'll try. A little tough. There we go. Very good. Very good.
Baby, 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 baby.